What makes this German coin so special? Well, we're going to find out as we look through the coins that are in this pile, and I've got a couple of extra goodies that are off the screen right now. This is the results of my first trip to my favorite coin store this year. I actually made this visit 2 or 3 months ago. I've just picked up so many things lately that I haven't gotten around to making this video, but we're going to take a look at it right now. This My favorite coin store does have a 4 for $1 foreign coin bin, and we're going to start with this coin from Egypt. This is during the reign of Farouk, and a pretty good detail on this coin, stained quite a bit. But this one is a 5 coin. The date there on the left in our number system is 1943, and on their system is, I think that is 1362. So this is KM number 360, and coins from this era are usually not found in this good condition, so this one has a book value of $3. That coin was replaced with this coin, another coin of King Farouk, as it slides out of my hand here. So this coin is a little bit newer. This one is from 1941, or on their calendar 1360. We flip it over and it still has the 5 So this one is in better condition than the last one, but since it's newer, it doesn't have quite the same value to it. But by itself is still has a book value of $2.50. And so after we're done with all the 5 for $0.25 bin coins that are in here, I'll tell you, I should say 4 for $1 bins. I got 20 coins, so that's $5 worth of coins. I'm going to tell you what everything adds up to, and the two that I've just shown you add up to $5. So if you were looking for an investment here, these are already pretty good, but let's keep going. One more coin from the same series as the last one. This one is definitely not as good condition as the last one, but you can see a lot of similarities between this one and the last one. And when we flip this one over, it is the larger denomination coin. Has a lot of scratches on here, may have been cleaned, I don't know, but this one is the 10 coin from 1938. This one is KM 364. The last one, by the way, was 363, so definitely from the same series. In this condition, only has a value of $1. It is still possible to find silver coins in a 4 for $1 bin, especially one that gets updated every so often. As I spoke to the dealer, I just double checked, where does he get all of his foreign coins? And they're just things that people bring to the coin shop, and I guess they just don't have time to really inspect for everything. This coin probably has some glue on it, but it does have a date of 1944. This says United States of America on the back. This was when the USA, and specifically in this one, the Denver Mint, made coins for the Philippines, and that lasted through the early 40s. If the Philippines coin says United States of America on the back, then if it's the 10 centavos and up, then it would be silver. If it does not have the USA background on it of 2 or 3 different designs, then it is not going to be silver, even if it looks like silver. It probably won't be until you get to some of the larger commemorative pesos that were made in the 50s and 60s. So this one is KM 181, 75% silver, 0.0482 ounces. So with silver at right at $20 on the day that I'm recording this, this one's worth $1. Along with coins from Scandinavia, this seems to be the silver coin that I find most often, and this one is from Mexico. It is the 25 centavos. It's a little bit larger. It's not as big as the United States quarter, but bigger than a nickel. And it even has a scale on it, which might imply the silver content on here. But it doesn't actually. Unlike a lot of Mexican coins, this one does not give the actual silver content on it, I don't believe. Still, I think the scale, that's why there is a scale on here. So this one is from 1950, And it is only 30% silver, and that might be one of the reasons why they don't say why. So that gives us a silver content of 0.0321. So at today's $20 silver spot price, this one's worth 65 cents. I am by no means a full-on silver stacker, but anytime I find a coin that has 50 cents or a dollar's worth of silver in it in a quarter bin, I'm definitely going to pull it out and put it into my emergency silver reserve stack. So while I was in the coin shop, there was a guy who purchased $500 of constitutional silver. So I am by no means like that. But that guy apparently always comes in whenever the price of silver goes down. But I did find one more silver coin, and this is one I did not have. República Oriental del Uruguay. This one features Artigas on it. It says 1954. This is a one-year coin, I believe. This one's going to be KM36 with 20 centésimos and showing bent stalks of wheat on this side. So really happy to find this one. This one is 72% silver. It's about the size of a US dime, but not as much silver content to it. The actual silver, average silver weight's going to be 0.0694, and that's going to make it worth $1.50. That was the last silver coin that I found in his bin, but not the last silver coin in the video. But we still have several more winners that we're going to find out of this 4 for $1 bin, including this one. This is a design from the 40s and 50s and 60s of a country that was a territory of Portugal at the time. So this 20 centavos coin, we're going to flip this one over, and it says Colonia de Angola. So this is from the country of Angola. However, this specific coin is a one-year coin because it adds the word Colonia de in front of it. And the reason for that is this marked the 300th anniversary of the revolution. I can't tell you about the history of Angola, so I don't quite know what that means. But something happened in 1648, and they commemorated that in 1948 by adding Colonia to the coin. So this one is KM71 and has a book value of $2.50 in this nearly uncirculated condition. I find it easy to get coins from Iraq and Iran confused because of just the name of the country is only one letter apart. So if you see the triple palm tree look on a coin, this one's going to be from Iraq. And this is a 25 fils coin from, on our calendar, 1981. Their calendar is 1401. There is the Arabic 25 in the middle of this coin. This one is KM 127. And every coin up to this point has been a fairly high value coin for a bin like this. This one books for 25 cents. Here's a coin with probably extra fine details, but it's actually kind of, I guess it's corroded or stained in such a way. This one actually looks better on camera than it does holding it here in my hand, but it's from Peru from 1978. When we flip this one over, has a large number 5 on it, so it's 5 soles de oro. Pretty simple side on here, although it does have the Lima mint mark that I like a lot. This one is KM 271, only worth 10 cents, but that's okay because I didn't have this coin, and every time I can find a new coin from my collection, I'm willing to pay a quarter for it, even if it only books a dime. We've got a couple of euro coins here. This one is the 20 euro cent, but a country that I don't see very often. This one's going to be from Malta in 2008. And the funny thing about this one is I bought this one twice about a week apart. So I don't know which video is going to get uploaded first, but you're probably going to see this coin again in one of my videos fairly soon. Anytime I find a 50 euro cent or higher in a 25 cent bin, I'm tempted to pick it up, regardless of the country, just for the foreign exchange value. But this one is from the I on top of the R on the right of this coin. It makes it from Italy. And I like the Italian coins in the sense of every coin is different. There are many countries where every coin looks exactly the same, but this horseback rider here is does not appear on any of the other Italian euro coins. If I can get a Great Britain £1 coin for $1, uh, that's worth over $1 in exchange value in a quarter bin, I'm going to do that every single time. And I people always ask me in the comments, where do you take it to get foreign exchange? I haven't yet. Man, I'm not quite sure on the answer to that. Certain banks will do it, but I just think these are good things to add to some of the lots that I eventually trade or sell on eBay. But one thing to look out for is it's kind of hard to memorize which ones you already have because the portrait of the Queen has changed, but the back has a rotation of, I think, 5 different designs that they rotate through, and then by the time they've rotated to it again, it might be a different portrait of the Queen. So this one from 1988, this was the only year they made this specific coin, KM 954. And so I forget exactly what we call this, the shield, where it shows the 4 different countries that make up Great Britain with a crown on the top. And there's one other pound here in our picture. I had the last one and I think it might be an upgrade, but this one I did not have, even though it's more scratched. This is the pound from 2003. It's going to be KM 993. And so we've got the tiara head portrait of Queen Elizabeth. And then the back on here is, I forgot what they called this, like the royal shield or something like that. So we've got the, I see the unicorn, think it's the Scottish design, and the lion on the left. But this specific coin was made in 1998, 2003, and 2008. And I didn't have it, so this is the one from 2003, the middle of those 3 years. And so this one's worth about $1.25 or so, just based on foreign exchange value. On the 50 pence coin, I think the British make a lot of commemorative coins today, but it wasn't always that way. And I think this one was the first one. So we've got, I think the concept here is one hand helping another hand helping another hand. So all these hands reaching each other hand to help each other. This commemorates, I believe it commemorates Great Britain joining what is today known as the European Union. And since we have a coin on that, and considering Brexit, you can take that for what it's worth. My catalog, which was older, calls it the EEC, which was probably what the EU became. But yeah, this was a 1-year circulating commemorative. There is our Queen Elizabeth portrait. And of course, foreign exchange value itself is worth 60 cents. So something else I always like picking, yeah, I'll find a couple of these every year that I'll always pick up. As we get back to coins that aren't worth a whole lot, here is one that's called the 1 Cologne, not colon, but Cologne. It is from El Salvador, and if we look at the label of the person on here, I think that says Cristobal Colon, which is the Hispanic way of pronouncing Christopher Columbus. So that is who is featured on during this time on the El Salvador coin from 1991. So this one is KM 156, books for 20 cents. Here's one of those that I picked up because I didn't recognize it at first, and then got home and realized, oh yeah, I see this fairly often. So from Sweden, we've got Carl the 16th Gustav, Sweden's king, from 2003. This is the 1 krona coin from at this time, and I believe this circulated from about 2001 to 2012. So not particularly rare if you find newer coins. This one's KM 894 and worth 25 cents. However, this Netherlands coin, it turned out to be one of my favorites. So this one is golden, so it is about the same value of a kroner from the last one. But what makes the Gulden from 1980 special is we've got the before and after of the queens on here. So um, Beatrix, Queen of the Netherlands, 30 April 1980. So this is I think the official term is the investiture of the new queen. And investiture, this is a use of investment that you don't hear as often. It is essentially assigning a new title onto a person. So Queen Beatrix was being invested into the role of queen, and it was celebrated with this 1 year circulating commemorative coin. So this one is KM200. Only has a book value of 65 cents, but I'm very happy with this one. Here we have an interesting coin from Hong Kong. This is their $5 coin from 1980. We flipped that one over, and it was when they were still, of course, under control of Great Britain. So it has Queen Elizabeth II on it. And one of the things I like so much about this particular coin is the uh, the security reading on it. And so it almost reminds me of an Oreo. Like there's a top layer, a bottom layer, and then a middle layer. But the middle layer on this one actually has words written on it. So starting right here, we have Hong Kong $5 written on here, and then has that in Chinese characters on here. So that's what I find so interesting about this coin from 1980. And this one's going to be KM46 with a book value of $1.50. So our 19th coin of the video is going to be this one from Germany. And I said, does anything look, can you tell what makes this one particularly special? And there's only one way you would recognize that is if you could see a 1 mark coin side to side next to this. So has a J mint mark on it. But when we flip this over, it's not a 1 mark coin. It is a 2 Deutschmark coin from 1951. If you haven't seen a 2 Deutschmark coin before, it's because they only made these in 1951, and that was the first year of the 1 mark coin as well. And the people of Germany did not like these because they looked identical on the back. And so they stopped production of these, and that makes these really rare. When I picked this up, I didn't recognize it, but when I checked my guide, I actually do have one of these. So I was surprised that to find this one and not having remembered it. But we do have some lettering on the side also. Eventually, they replaced this with commemorative coins that had different individuals on it, like Max Planck. And the reason I remember Max Planck was I remember hearing about Max Planck's constant in high school chemistry class a long time ago. So this one, and this surprises me, this one has a book value of $25 in very fine condition. So I don't know if this was, if you'd qualify this as fine. It is a little bit dirty on here. I might even go extra fine on it, but I don't want to push my luck on it. But that's what the catalog says. When I go to Numista, where it's kind of a crowdsourced determination of the value on here, they say this one has a value of $10, which is probably more realistic than 25. So when we add up the price value of everything that I got out of that $5 bin and assume this one is $10, we have $30 in value that we picked up. I always find some great things when I go into his store. Now, I've got more than just the one token left on the screen, but when I find these tokens, I do not add them to the value of what I get, just because it's hard to place value on almost any of these transportation tokens. So this one says good for 1 school fare. Flip it over. This one is the Nashville Transit Company. And In my screen name, it says C. Mid-10 Brent. I'm from Middle Tennessee, and so I've lived in the Nashville area most of my life. And so it's fun to find some of these old Nashville Transit Company tokens. At one time, this dealer sold these individually, and it had a box of them in a store that he sold for $3 each. So it was actually, and I did buy one, but I was glad to find a different one in a 25-cent bin. And I can't imagine, this was made in 1954, and I can't imagine a time where you used to have to get on a city bus to go to school. I get it for the people that, yeah, my friend who went to the magnet school downtown had to get on a city bus, but I can't imagine not having school buses like we have today or when I was a kid. So that just, that's something I find funny. But the Guide to Transportation Tokens is the Atwood Coffee Catalog, and they give this a number of TN for Tennessee. 690K is the catalog number for that one. So I've got a couple other envelopes on here of a couple of special things each. So another thing I like about this dealer is he has poor quality type coins for people that want to complete a set without spending a whole lot of money. So the first one that I picked up here is, hopefully there's no glare on it. Do you recognize this coin from 1965? This is the coronet head design that appears on a lot of coins. So I am a world coin that's where I spend most of my time. But of course, I can't ignore the local coins, and I found this interesting. And so this was in a bin for $5 of type coins, and compared to what I had, this is probably in a lot better condition. And I forget which side is up. I think that side is up. So here we have the 3-cent coin. That's a 3 in Roman numerals. The 3-cent coin from America. And if you didn't know that the United States made a 3-cent coin, they made 2 different 3-cent coins. They made one that was out of silver, which was very tiny. It does remind me of the British 3-pence coins. But then they made this one out of nickel, so it's called the 3-cent nickel. And 1865 was the first year that they made this coin. So the catalog is going to say that this has a book value of $16.50 because I don't know if that makes it a key date or just all of them have that good of a book value. But oftentimes the lower end coins, you're going to be able to get them at better prices. But this next one cost me quite a bit more. We pull this one out. This one, again, was from a bargain bin. And this one is the $50. It's got an O mint mark for New Orleans. Obviously, this one is in incredibly worn condition. I guess I would call this good condition, but you know, when you get this low, it's kind of hard to give grades to it. But 1854 O on here. So this is the Seated Liberties design. It has arrows by the date. On the reverse, it does not have the rays coming out from the eagle in this empty space right here. And also I think after this design, the year gets made in a smaller number design. So this one is KM 82. I forgot to say KM 95 for the 3-cent. But KM 82, this was in a $20 bin. And I thought, this is about, you know, from a junk silver dealer, you would probably pay $12 for a 1900s half dollar. So it's got about, well, this is 90% silver. And so that's 0.3599 ounces average silver weight, obviously well worn. But that turns into, let's say, $7.20 in silver at $20 an ounce. So that's not that good. The book value on here does say $20 on this. And so for someone like me that wants to find some of these older American coins but doesn't have the money for it, you know, that's a good way of doing it. I have two more coins to show you, and they're going to be in this last envelope. This dealer also does have silver rounds, and the ones that are produced by a country are going to be in, he has them separated. So the day I went, I think silver was 24 an ounce, and I'm recording this a couple months later when it's right at $20 an ounce. So maybe it was 22, but I remember there is still a premium, pretty good premium on silver, these silver rounds right now, and that bumped the price up to $30, especially since I was not paying with cash but paying with card. He does add a 3% credit card fee onto that, which is totally understandable. I don't blame him for that. So I paid about $30.50 for this coin, and I have not been buying these silver rounds lately because of the big difference in price between the silver spot and the markup for the rounds that we see right now. I don't buy generic rounds, even though there's a smaller difference in price of what you have to pay. But the reason I picked this one up was, well, first of all, he didn't have any junk silver that day, but also I just really liked this coin, and that's the only way that I'm going to be buying these silver 1 ounce coins right now, is if I really like it. So we're going to flip this one over, and you're going to say, why do you like a coin with a spider on it? And that's because my wife is also a YouTuber, and she collects spiders. That doesn't mean I like them, but because she likes them, I wanted to buy a silver coin with a spider on it. She doesn't collect coins, so she probably has no use for this either, but she did find this interesting, how it features this Australian funnel web spider on it. This was, of course, a 2015 design, 1 ounce of 999 silver. This one is so new that it does not appear in any price guide, so there's no KM number for this one. But, you know, it's about what I paid for it. And then one more. And this one is going to be from a country that makes a lot of, hardly anyone actually lives there, so all the coins they make are for coin collectors and silver stackers. And so this one is Niue. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. This one is says $2 on 2016. The $2 on this one refers to how Niue uses or pegs their currency to the New Zealand dollar. And they make their 1 ounce coins $2, so a $1 coin is going to be half an ounce of silver. But if you like animals, I like this design. Features a turtle, I guess, crawling out of the ocean onto the sand of their island. And so this one is, it's called a hawksbill turtle. And from my understanding, they started making these in 2014. And they still made them as of 2022. I don't know about this year. But if you look at the bottom left or bottom right there, it says fine silver 0.999 1 ounce. So I really like the design on this one, how it's got kind of the proof feature on here with the turtle having the shine, and kind of the sandy, bubbly part being kind of a not shiny, more of a matte appearance to it. And of course, a really nice portrait of the Queen here. Not in perfect condition, and of course the flip itself has some imperfections to it, but yeah, I really like that design. This one's also new enough that it doesn't have a Kraus catalog number in it. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.